Hello, my friends. And today there is a lot of activity along the front line. And Zelensky also mentioned that preparations for new Russian activity are underway.
Готуємось і до подальшої активності ворога, чітко розуміємо, які завдання та з якою метою Путін ставить своїй армії, буде йому наша відповідь обов'язково. І так само готуємо наші дипломатичні відповіді на російські намагання послабити саміт миру, який вже за 2 тижні розпочнеться. Зірвати саміт Росія вже не зможе, хоча й дуже старається це зробити, тисне на лідерів, відверто погрожує різним державам дестабілізацією. І це один із наслідків того, що світ дав державі-терористу забагато часу.
So, overall, we are expecting changes and they will certainly come soon. So, because Russian aggression hasn't decreased today, many countries have allowed strikes on Russian territory with Western weapons, though not all have. So, a map has appeared online showing the countries that have given permission. So, they are marked in green. And as you can see, those closer to Russia and Belarus are the ones advocating for strikes on Russian territory. Meanwhile, countries located further away are currently hesitant to give their permission. So, however, this may not be the final list of countries, so we'll wait and see how events unfold. And now let's move on to the situation on the front line and starting with the Kharkiv direction. So here, as before, there is maximum aviation activity, and they are bombing not only Kharkiv but also the entire frontline area. And additionally, offensive actions on the village of Liptsi continue. However, the Russians haven't achieved any success in the past day, and the frontline remains unchanged. Uh, in the Vovchansk area. So street fighting continues, and the situation is tough, but success is on the side of the Ukrainian forces. So our units are actively destroying the Russians on occupied territory, and as a result, the front line has stabilized and hasn't changed for several days. So moreover, the occupiers continue their attacks in the area of the village of Staritsa, but here the Ukrainian forces are even pushing them back, conducting counterattacks, so the Russians have no success in the Kupiansk direction. So there is also maximum activity, and attacks are ongoing in the areas of Senkivka, Petropavlivka, and Stepova Novoselivka. So with 11 attacks in the past day. However, the Ukrainian forces are successfully repelling them, and the front line remains unchanged. In the Svatove area, so fighting continues near the villages of Stelmachivka, Novoyegorivka, and Druzhelyubivka. So Druzhelyubivka, and yesterday's attacks on Stepove and Cherenshina were unsuccessful, and the occupiers were unable to secure their positions. Therefore, the front line remains unchanged in the Kreminna direction. So the occupiers are conducting offensive actions in the forest area, and they are also continuing their assaults on Nevsky, Terne, and Torske. So meanwhile, Liman is under heavy shelling, with reports indicating that at least 8 people have been injured due to the attacks in the Siversk direction. So the occupiers continue their attacks on Bilohorivka, and additional assaults on Vyimka are being reported again, but we haven't achieved any success here, and the front line remains unchanged. In the Chasiv Yar direction, so the occupiers are once again attempting to break through, targeting the Novy micro district. And battles are also intensifying around the outskirts of Ivanivsk and Klishivka, so with a significant increase in shelling. But despite their challenging situation, the Ukrainian forces are repelling all attacks, and the front line remains unchanged. in the Pokrovsk direction. So there is also a high volume of artillery shelling and additional attempts to reach the highway continue. So with the occupiers trying to break through in the area of Alexandrivka. So, however, they haven't achieved any new successes, resulting in increased shelling. So, frustrated by the lack of progress, they are resorting to heavy bombardment. So, in response, the Ukrainian forces have intensified strikes on the occupied territory. And yesterday, there were reports on explosions in Dokuchaevsk and Donetsk. So, in the Kurakhove direction, the occupiers continue to battle for the northern part of Krasnohorivka, and near the village of Kostiantynivka, the fighting has ceased, with the Russians returning to their former positions without achieving any success. In the Vuhledar direction, so the occupiers persist in their attacks around Staromayorsk, and unconfirmed reports suggest that the occupiers have made slight advancements here, with an alleged progress of about 100 meters. However, this information remains unverified, so we await confirmation. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, so attacks continue on Mali Sherbaki and Malatokmachka. So the activity is not the highest, with only a few attacks per day, and it's evident they are using combat to gather intelligence. So, however, there are no changes along the front line. And in the Kherson direction, so the occupiers persist in their attempts to clear the left bank of the Dnipro River of Ukrainian forces. Despite this, Ukrainian forces are increasing their troop presence and have successfully expanded their foothold. And despite ongoing shelling, so there have been no new developments along the front line. And Russian military correspondents have reported a significant increase in activity in this sector of the front. So, tonight, our groups from the 328th and 345th Motorized Rifle Divisions, as well as the 104th Motorized Rifle Brigade, stormed positions in the settlement of Kreminna without success. The enemy used FPV drones with night vision cameras. Moreover, in recent days, swarms of FPV drones have begun to attack our vehicles at a distance of 25-30 kilometers from the right bank of the Dnipro River. According to eyewitnesses, these drones were likely equipped with artificial intelligence, attacking from ambushes and acting very coordinated in their combat formations. Our electronic warfare means had no effect on them. Based on this, the personnel of military units and formations of the Dnipro Operational Command, which is located to the east of the Skadovsk, Alexandrivka, Kakhovka Road, or will be moving toward the Kazachie Lageri settlement, are recommended to move in vehicles only during the dark hours with external lights turned off, to limit pedestrian movements of groups of more than 3 people on roads and in open areas, to restrict the movement of personnel in settlements located to the east of the above mentioned road. And as sad as it's to report, we are currently losing to NATO and Ukraine in the drone technology war. So, this suggests that drones with artificial intelligence are being used on this front, indicating that this sector may hold the highest priority for advancing towards Crimea. And also, after the Swedish reconnaissance aircraft arrive in Ukraine, which will likely happen only after the F-16s are deployed in the sky, the situation for the Russian side will significantly deteriorate. So this is because the number of intercepted missiles will increase. So a brief overview of the capabilities of this aircraft. So the ASC 890 is capable of detecting and tracking aerial objects, including fighter jets, helicopters, cruise missiles, and even maritime targets at distances of up to 450 kilometers. This will allow Ukrainian defenders to significantly expand their aerial reconnaissance capabilities, effectively conduct combat operations independently, detect and neutralize enemy targets at long distances. The supply of the ASEC 890 is a significant step towards strengthening Ukraine's air defense and enhancing its ability to counter Russian aggression. So, as we can see, the capabilities of the Ukrainian forces are gradually expanding. So, meanwhile, on Solovyov's show, so it's Russian television, Putin doesn't spare money and continue to tell tales from the asylum.
Макрон вообще о чем говорит с тобой? Ты рассуждаешь о том, что ты за свободу, когда ты жалкое ничтожество, роль жены которого исполняет бездарный российский актер? Что, не заметили, что это один в один? Ну что, вы не
Да.
понимаете, что
И кто это?
Ну, вы видели жену
Понятно,
Макрона?
Да.
Да.
Вы не понимаете, что это вылитый Панин? Что главное, вот хитрость российской разведки и беспощадность, что нам удалось подменить Макрониху на Панина. И этого никто не увидел. Макрониха, наконец, вздохнула полной грудью и где-то шляется по Америке, а Панин выполняет задание.
So, madness. Okay, and that's all from me. So, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.